let's do a Castlevania second look. So, the reason when I give second looks to these shows, I do second looks to say maybe I look fondly upon them differently. Maybe they weren't as bad as I thought they were. This is only for bad shows, but I'm going to start doing a little bit more positive shows. The rating still stays the same for Castlevania. Those first few seasons are amazing. We'll talk more about the later seasons. Season 3, I believe. A little bit of those. But let's talk about the first few seasons. So, this was probably the first adult animation show that came out that really took the world by storm. Like I said, I'm going to give you like kind of my history, how I got into the show, and how everything played out. But I believe this was the first one, and then we got shows like Invincibles and other shows afterwards that came after it that really kind of piggyback off the popularity of the adult animation. And I believe Castlevania is the first one. We're actually going to have Devil May Cry later. I don't know if it's going to be done by the same studio, but okay. But the studio Powerhouse has done the Master of the Universe Revelation, which I ain't going to get into that. If you like it, cool. I don't like the first season. I think second season is pretty good. Blood Zeus, I like both seasons. So, anywho, let's get into this. So, the first 4 episodes of Castlevania is dealing with the new Belmont, Trevor, Cypher, and also Dracula. We get to understand why Dracula wants the annihilation of humans, because you see what happens to his wife, and you could kind of relate to that. You're like, oh, okay, now I see why. And these humans are scum of the earth, preacher scum of the earth, like to the point where you want him die. You want him to die. Well, he gets his just due. Let's say that. And I enjoy every bit of that just due. But while Dracula's doing that, he's getting his whole court in order, his lieutenants and everything. These lieutenants are like, oh, genocide of human. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. What are we going to eat? And they're just like, you can eat pig blood. He's like, oh, Godfrey's like, hell no, I ain't eat no pig blood. And he going to rap with that. Then, I think season 2, we get the introduction of Carmella. Carmella is using her influence to try to take over this whole court thing and trying to win over the rest of the people, trying to make sure they keep the humans around, because again, she don't want the execution of humans either, because the vampires will have nothing to eat. But before we get to Carmella, I'm going to jump ahead of myself. We get the introduction of Isaac and Hector. Let me say this about Isaac. I have never loved a made character for a series since Isaac. Isaac is that dude. Isaac is that boy you do not want to mess with. You do not want to see in the streets. Dear Lord, Hector is one thing. Theo James did a good job with Hector, but Isaac, that man's a dog. I love him. After I actually rewatched the show again. I thought, yo, this man is killer. So season 2 happens, and we get the death of Dracula. So after we get the death of Dracula, Alucard, his son is resurrected. Him, Cypher, and Trevor work together to take out Dracula. And season 3, the whole point of season 3 is Trevor and Cypher to stop this cult for resurrecting Dracula. And then you have Alucard trying to adjust to life without his dad and mom not in the world. But on the other side, we get other stories of Isaac and Hector. Hector is a slave to Carmella. Carmella takes him all the way back to her castle with her sisters. Isaac is like, fuck that. I'm going to find out where Carmella is and everything. So you got Isaac on a damn, going through town to town, foraging night creatures, and you just see the whole light goes up. He's going through town to town. I loved it. I was like, yo, man, he's about to make an army of these night creatures, and he does. He makes a whole army of them, and then we get to that. I think the finale in season 4, either 4, they go up to 4, I believe, in season 4, and we get the end result of Carmella versus Isaac, which was beautiful animation at its finest. Let me say this, season 1 and season 2, masterpieces. You can end the show right there, we're good. But you continue the stories with Isaac and Hector, and they've done a great job with that. I enjoyed that. But you can also see the show kind of take a turn as in quality-wise, because, again, once Dracula leaves, that's kind of it. They really don't have nothing else for Cypher and Trevor, to the point where it's not even their show no more. It's actually Isaac and Hector's show, and a little bit of Carmela, and a little bit of, yeah, like literally Cypher, Trevor, Belmont, and Alucard. They are like not second tier, but they're kind of like not that important. Their storyline's not that important. Actually, a lot of people, you go online, nobody cares for the storyline. And then the last season, they kind of wrap it up with death, which we all were like, oh, okay, cool. But Isaac is MVP of that show from 3 to 4. Hector, not so much. Who cares for Hector? I like Hector as he's not that my favorite character. But Isaac is MVP. Like, if you gotta go from any Forest Master to learn from, Forest Masters to learn from, it's Isaac. Isaac is that dude. And he killed Godfrey without using his forge sword. That's how badass he is. Yeah, and it's funny to see when Hector and Isaac meet up together, they're like, Isaac look at him like, what should I do with you, traitor? So, yo, shit, it's about to go down. But yeah, I enjoyed the show. It's rewatching the show again was fun, and it was really fun to rewatch it before the second season of the other Castlevania show. I think Target, or I can't even talk right now, but you know what I'm talking about. The thing I would say about the second season, the sequel to Castlevania, the animation improved a little bit, especially that second season. Oh my god, the animation was wonderful. Like, literally, this show should be not this show, but this the second. I can't even talk right now. The second series to this Castlevania. The animation should be in a type, should get an award or something, because literally that was beautiful. But back to Castlevania. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a wonderful show. It's one of Netflix's best shows they've done. Like, literally, if somebody asks me, what show should I check out on Netflix? Stranger Things, and Castlevania. There's another show too, but those two are the shows that really help people to subscribe to Netflix. You had the Marvel Netflix show, but this right here was my go-to. I loved it from season 1 all the way to 4. Wonderful storytelling, wonderful character development, just wonderful all around. And it was made for me. It was really made for my age group, and I really enjoyed it. But that's all I have to say on it. As always, guys, like, subscribe, peace. Have a beautiful Johnson day. That's my second look at Castlevania. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Wonderful show. I'll see you guys in the next video.